0-0, and you're scratching your head. I don't know how we didn't win that. We had so many chances. It took me back to about 3 or 4 years ago when we played Hyde and we had 27 attempts and lost.
I'm super proud of the boys, super impressed with the way they played. We've switched off on a couple of set pieces again, but that doesn't stop the way we played today. I thought we moved the ball excellently well. Our rotations were there, our passes was there, our attitude was brilliant, and it wasn't to be. But that's, as much as we're hurting now as a group, that's all right. As a young group now, we're not going to accept losing. We're not going to learn to lose, but we're going to react to losing. And if I was coming in on this interview now saying we pumped the ball long second half, we just went chasing things, we panicked, then I'd be worrying. But I'm not. We've played total football again in our third game. Okay, we've got nothing, but that's fine. But I back that group in there. 1,000,000% do I back them. We'll just keep on our journey. Although pre-season was great and workshop was great, the last 2 games we haven't got the results that one either we wanted or maybe deserved. So it's tough. But if anyone thinks I'm going to kind of come out and start, talking about the players X, Y, and Z, they're a brilliant group in there, and they don't like losing, and they are hurting, and they are dead proud to play for this football club. So what we've got to do now is get around each other, shake each other's hands. We're all smarted. Me, Brian, Mike, the players, the staff, everybody, the fans. Let's get around each other, and that's the positive factor that we're not beaten, and maybe try and take us on. We're at our lowest, if you will. We can't wait now for Tuesday night.
If you're going to take the form, basically the way we're playing it's Tuesday, it's basically it'll be great. But watched in that second half. I mean, basically at the end of the first half, Belford makes a double save. One at his near post where he just about gets a hand to it, and then the ball comes across and it hits another defender, and they just about hack it away. They were literally on the heels on the goal line, and we just couldn't force it over. And if that had gone in, obviously if buts and maybes. And then the second half, there was 2 glorious chances. There was a header that was basically should have been a goal basically all day, and then there was another shot just over the bar right with about 5 minutes to go, and you think it just a little bit more composure, and it would have been a win.
You listen to the dressing room at the end of the game. They, singing and dancing. They won the World Cup final or the FA Cup final, and great. Everyone enjoys winning, and you have your moment. But they know that they've had to cling on today. But fair play to them. They've had their ups and downs at the start of the season. They were going in today with a bit of pressure. They've scored goals off our mistakes. I don't think they've created goals. They've scored them off our mistakes. But we've just got to learn from it. There's no point me going in there and tipping tables over and having a go on the lads. They're a new group. They're learning a new style of play, new defensive systems, new attacking systems. They didn't, it's new to them all. Where maybe last season they were man marking at Skelmersdale, now they're zonal marking, or they were man marking at Atherton, now they're zonal marking. Wherever they've been, that's going to take time. And pre-season was great, but the fans have seen the pre-season was great. We're a really good footballing side. So 2 games doesn't define a season. Yeah, you look at we've got Ilkeston and we've got Matt coming up, and we've got Radcliffe, and even if we didn't take anything out of them 3 games, they're still back in that side to go on a run at some point because they're too good not to do. So there's no panic from me. It's fully support from the lads in that dressing room. They've got support of each other. We know how good we can be. And today was another one of them days. But like I said, I'm not going to come out. I'm not going to be defeated, and I'm not going to be disappointed with the manner of the performance. I'm disappointed with the goals conceded against Marine and again today. But we'll look at that, we'll work on it, we'll analyse it, and we'll try and rectify it. But in terms of the style of play, no, we'll keep producing it and keep producing it and keep producing it.
Yeah, well, I think basically it's fair to say the style of play was delivering all the results, literally. The chances that were created, I was stood behind the goal, and it was like panic stations. Every time we got near that box, it was like someone was throwing a hand grenade in, and they were literally just scuffing, miscuing everything away. It was just a little bit more composure from us, and it would have been a different story.
And that's the word, composure, in both boxes. Work rate off the ball. Little things that people might not see. People look at the result today and maybe comment on the result. I look at the performance. I look at the willingness and the attitude on Tuesday night. I look at the performance levels today, and I'm proud of the boys. I really am. And that may sound daft when you've taken none from 6, but we're certainly not going to go from the highs of here in pre-season and workshop to the lows there to jump again, because managers say don't get too low when you lose and don't get too high when you win. Everyone loves winning. We haven't won in 5 days now. We've got to get ready for Ilkeston on Tuesday night. We might come in Monday. I don't know. We'll have to have a think about that. But they're a fantastic group, and they just need Broadhurst Park rocking on Tuesday night they need that pitch slick and watered, and they'll respond. I'm saying that to them, they'll respond, and then we'll do another interview in maybe Tuesday, Saturday, Monday, or whatever, and we'll be talking about how we've stuck with the lads, how we've kept to our DNA, how we've not changed things, and they'll go on a run. And when they go on a run, I don't think many teams will stop them when they're on that run.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the pleasing things this season, definitely, is the fact that we're not lumping it forward from the back. Like, basically, last season, there was times where basically we kind of like start pumping it forward, and every single ball forward was to a man who was running into space, who was being found, and it was pulling the opposition apart, basically. They didn't have an answer for it.
And that's great football. That's the way we like to play. And listen, let's not kid ourselves. People look at the results today and go, FC United got beat again today, because we're kind of one of the scalps in the league. The team tries to raise the games against. For me, I just say we just keep travelling like we do in our numbers with our army, playing the way we play football, and this will turn around. You might lose 8 to 10 games to get in the playoffs this season. That's still our aspiration. We play 3 games. We've won 1, we've lost 2. We had a points target, 5 or 6 points from the first 3 games. We've got 3. That's all right. That's all right. We'll now go into Ilkeston Tuesday night, really positive, really optimistic, knowing that we're taking on a really good side, but we're a really good side as well. So, we'll welcome Ilkeston and we'll go toe-to-toe with them and hopefully, may the best team win. But I'm backing us to bounce back and continue to play the positive football. And, all I say to the fans is, which you will do, keep believing, keep supporting them, keep enjoying the football, and we will try to eradicate the mistakes that we're making in our defensive box at the minute and hopefully take more chances at the top end of the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, people look at the scoreline and it's a very binary 3-2. If you were here in the stand, basically, they were singing the Proud of You song at the end, which I think everybody was.
And they should be proud of them. They were a brilliant group. It took a long time for Brian and myself to put this group together. We would love to be in 5 days a week coaching, and we haven't. We've had 25 sessions, and we may not be able to go and have that, wave that checkbook and go and get your really experienced boys who can maybe manage themselves at times. We've gone with a young side. We've pulled from the counties. We've got a couple of experienced lads, from Southport. One of them sat in the stands for 3 to 4 weeks, and Charlie Munro. But we've looked at the players that we know that will be right fit for this football club, and will develop and will go with us on this journey. And on this journey, we'll see some really positive performances, and they'll come good. They will all come good. So, like I said, I'm always open to criticism, and I'll take that. Them lads are a really good side, and we win together, we lose together, we draw together, and if that's spread across the football club, which I know it is, then we'll be fine. We'll be fine, Tim, and we'll bounce back Tuesday night with another positive performance, and hopefully with that positive performance brings some points on the board.
Sounds good. See you Tuesday.
See you Tuesday.
So, Donners, the FCM Radio Man of the Match is sponsored by Joseph Holtz. It's fair to say that was a very hard result to take given the performance.
Yeah, I feel like we played well on the ball, and we've come away in the last game 3-2, but there's parts of Marine where I felt we played well, and we lost that game as well. It's just obviously got, I think, in both boxes. That's where we're struggling at the minute. I think in between that, we're the better team against all the teams that we've played against. But obviously games are won or lost in our box and their box, and at the minute we're not doing that bit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it was hard to take because I think they had 1 shot on goal and they were 2-0 up.
Yeah,
in that first half, and it was just like, what is going on?
Yeah, it felt like that on the pitch. Because, like I say, I thought we started the game well, moving the ball well. We were, creating opportunities, and then next thing you know, you're 2-0 down, and they've not really done much.
Yeah, I mean, their sort of main obviously approach was the big ball into the box. Obviously, particularly in that first half, the wind was swirling. It was horrible conditions.
Yeah, that's something we're going to deal with because a lot of teams are going to play that way. I don't think there's going to be teams in the league who play better football than us, but we've got to deal with the other side of the game, which is obviously long balls into the box, set pieces, throw-ins. Yeah, we've got to deal with all that a little bit better, or else we're going to come unstuck.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of your personal performance today, obviously you won the man of the match. Basically, it was all action at both ends. Basically, you were doing the dirty stuff in front of our back four, and obviously then doing some really neat stuff around the area.
Yeah, obviously I was just trying to create opportunities and keep driving the team forward and keep the belief going in the team. And so, like, even against Marine today, we've not give up. We're still going. There's good players in there. It's just that final little bit of quality, and we know they've got it because they've shown it in pre-season. It's just that composure when the season starts and actually means something, and that'll come.
Yeah, I mean, you get the sense from the stands that as actually we go ahead, will tear teams apart.
Yeah.
It's just obviously that kind of like we're conceding and then conceding straight away again, which is making it hard for ourselves.
Yeah. So obviously last few games conceded first, and then we've conceded not long too after, and that's just about us on the pitch, deal with the where the game is at that moment in time. If we know we need to be a bit more solid defensively and a little bit less gung-ho, that comes from us on the pitch to get lads in and get a little bit more set. But we've just got to be more aggressive in both boxes, and we'll do well.
Absolute pleasure to watch on the pitch.
Cheers.
Basically, you're doing the work, basically, and like I say, it feels slightly unfair that you came on the losing side because basically there was only one team playing football and you were the best in that team.
Yeah. I just I'd rather come away with the 3 points though, to be honest. That's the main thing. Obviously, obviously get man of the match is good, but the main thing for me is winning 3 points and the whole squad, the lads being happy.
Yeah, well, we didn't get the result, but you were FCUM Radio Man of the Match, as sponsored by Joseph Olds. Thank you and congratulations.
Cheers, thanks Tim.